Well, I enjoy driving. Can I say would I rather drive around or if I didn't have to walk through this? I mean, this is the point. Um, there's better ways to live the way we live for many thousands of years. Even if you go by the 6,000 year thing, is absurd. I mean, we have a lot going back a lot further than that. We've been here for a long time. Um, there's a lot to know, and everybody, including myself, sometimes says stuff as if they know what they're talking about, and to be wrong. But the best of us try to make sure we know what we're talking about and don't just cherry pick certain things and try to override people who understand very, very complicated things. It doesn't mean that you don't ask questions. You should always ask questions. But so the only way I can really justify this trip is if I announce the 777 plan, and it's named that because it's $700 billion in 2023, 2024. It's basically over 2 years, and that's added into the budget for state research, grant programs, et cetera, et cetera. But that's what comes directly out of Treasury. The rest are a series of lend-loss loans underwritten by a second $700 billion coming out of Treasury, but that's 7 years down the line. That's a lend-loss fund that underwrites about $5 trillion of the $7 trillion plan over the next 2 years to upgrade the world's infrastructure. The United States will put $2 trillion for foreign, particularly for what they call the global South, South America and Africa, and then the other $5 trillion will be consumed domestically. $2 trillion will come directly to the American people, and this is where the other 7 comes from. They will receive 7% interest on infrastructure, upgrades to schools, roads, bridges, etc., in your community. Your money will be going to help that. So when you buy these bonds, I don't know what all the denominations will be, but hopefully we can break them down to as much as 500. You just watch your money grow, but you know that it's going to help make your community a better place, like rebuild infrastructure, chart all the different resources of America and American people, and we need to conduct this worldwide. As part of what this is so that we can come to better use of human resources, because that's really what climate change is a subset of this problem we have with managing our resources. And we are just now finally starting to see real growth in how this gets done, but we need to get the results scaled, because problems that are 50 plus years in the making don't get solved overnight, and we need a big framework, business certainty, and this provides that. And $7 trillion sounds like a ton, but it is. But one, it's not coming directly out of the U.S. government, although it's going to tighten money supply all over the world, because we're going to be looking to encourage similar sorts of matches in different programs, all over the world, pretty much. And if we're going to be raising that kind of capital, but it's going to be underwritten by this $700 billion fund, or in the lend-loss fund for 2030. And so whatever, that's a part of it, and then that's the other reason to map the resources. Obviously you just make a fair deal for natural resources if they're unable to make payments on these loans. I think I know exactly how to stay away from the corruption. We just issue the payments directly to the workers for the hours that they worked. I mean, there's ways to run up the score a little bit on that, but it's not going to be rampant corruption. And so it's just really jobs for assuming that a certain property has a certain value, and that once we upgrade it, that it will come to a certain value. We figure as long as the parts we keep relatively cheap, especially if we can source locally good parts or whatever, and labor, because these are nations where a couple bucks a day is some people would definitely show up for. So the money will go a long way, and then you just pay the worker directly, and then you don't have to worry about corruption. And it underwrites, also education, like at least the working education. Maybe like 6-month internship or whatever. And the same thing going on for us here, because make it so it's just a thing where you don't have to worry about unemployment. You go down the street and you sign up for this program, and you get paid to learn how to upgrade energy and the basics of energy, and get certified, and then also get put onto jobs, because there's a lot of a lot of people that do work, and honestly, in terms of big corporate jobs and smaller jobs, other than what you do with technology, a lot of that stuff doesn't even require a lot of manpower. We're almost going to have to come down on use of certain kinds of technology. It'll be a huge, because certain things are good. Sometimes you go and sometimes you don't. If you know it's around,